What's up, everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood Lego Pizza, back with another video, and today I'm here to tell everyone, tell the whole world, that the Lando Lake Country Guide has been updated. That's right, just in time for the Prague Regional. Lando Lake Country is getting an overhaul, and I'm super excited to show you guys what's in store. And when I say it's a big update, it is absolutely ginormous. I'm saying, like, I think we went from 23,000 to 35,000 words. Like, it is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, super excited to kind of go over what the big things here are. So the goal with the update was not just updating how to play Lando Lake Country as the meta has evolved, but in order to kind of instill teachings that transcend the deck, right? So, Dedra Colossus is one of the new up-and-coming decks that has been having a lot of success, specifically against Lando Lake, but just success in general too. And, that is a hard control deck, especially like the no unit version or the units that only cost 7 or more version. And, how to play that deck with Lando Lake is something that I think really transfers to how other decks should probably play this deck, right? And play those types of archetypes where, they're playing so many events, 1-for-1 removal with, super laser blast type effect, single reactor ignition, right? Those types of teachings that we're providing in this deck guide you will be able to use if you're playing Lando Lake Country, if you're playing Obi-Wan, if you're playing Boba Lake. Like, it will help you in any matchup, and that's kind of one of the big things that we kind of put into all of our content is like, yes, this is a deck guide for Lando Lake, but the things that we are trying to provide, and I think it's actually just the best way to teach someone how to play a deck, is through knowledge of how to play into an archetype, and that's something that, like, specifically with Dedra, is very prevalent in how we approach the matchup. The Dedra leader obviously is like very unique with the pinging ability and whether or not to draw and things like that, but the general concepts transcend that leader as well. The other thing that we wanted to do is make sure we had a specific metagame write-up for the Prague Regional. A lot of the people who currently have the deck guide are based in the EU, and we know that they're attending Prague, so we wanted to do right by them. That's a very, very big event. It is the last major event of the year, of the season, the last one before the Galactic Championship. People really want to get their invitation to the Galactic Champions, try to make top 32, all of those really fun things. So, Lando Lake Country, it is the deck to play. We still think that it is the best deck. And with the new insights that we have, we've updated a lot of the different cards in the deck, even our evaluations on cards previously in the deck that might not be in the deck anymore, which you can find out if you purchase the guide. So yeah, all those great things. We really do think it's well positioned for Prague. If you buy this guide and really dig into it and understand what we're trying to explain and how to play this match, like the matchups and how to play the Lando Lake Country deck as a whole, you will be successful. You will make day 2. You will, whatever your goal is, like, we are confident that if you put the time and effort into analyzing this guide and putting the practice in, that this will help you get to that next step, reach your next goal, for whatever that is in SWU. So yeah, and the cool thing is it's like I said, the things that you're going to be learning from this guide, you will be able to use them in future endeavors in SWU. So many people are asking this: is it too late to buy now? The answer is no, of course not. It is never too late to level up your game, to figure out what you can do better. Getting insight from more experienced people is always a novel and valiant endeavor. You should be striving to do that. It is okay to say, I'm not sure what to do here, I need help. Like, that is totally okay. We are here to help provide that. And the other thing is like, Lando isn't going anywhere. You know, this is set 7, it's the end of set 7, but that doesn't mean that Lando is just going to be, gone after the release of set 8. I'm sure there's going to be more gambits. I'm sure there's going to be more cunning hero fun stuff, right? So this deck will most likely get better with additional sets, like specifically things like the Master Codebreaker. Like that card, as the card pool grows, that card just gets better. So utilizing that engine, and Lando is just a really good deck of utilizing that engine. We will strive if we think that the Lando deck is well positioned in set 8, and we think that it is worth playing, then we will update the guide in set 8 and so on, as long as we think the deck is still a good deck. If the deck falls off, or if it gets banned in some way, then that's unforeseeable for what we can tell from what we expect, but then maybe we won't. But the goal here is to have further updates as new toys come out. And I think it's important here, you don't have to be attending Prague to, learn what this guide has to offer to level up your game. Obviously, if you are going to Prague, I think this is the best thing that you could do for your prep. But yeah, I mean, I think it's very good value for what we're offering. It was good value before, and now it's even better value. So even ChatGPT says it's good value, guys. And it's probably impossible to see this. But actually, I typed into ChatGPT, hey, what would be a good value buy for $30? And it recommended the Lando Lake Country guide that we put out. So very kind of ChatGPT. I actually thought it was really interesting that it said another reason that it's good value, $30 in TCGs usually disappears instantly. A few booster packs, a tournament entry, or a single staple card. That's true. A single copy of Liberty is probably more expensive than this deck guide. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. I am very excited for this update. I hope you guys enjoy it. I think there's some really awesome learnings in here. So, yeah, that's the cool new updates that we have for you. So come check it out, and check out everything else we have to offer on MetaFi. Our various tiers of subscription are awesome. Each one gives you access to our thriving Discord, where we're doing things like town halls, lecture series. I actually have one of those this Wednesday. I'm on critical deck building. These sort of 101 type theory stuff, lecture series that we think will really help people improve. Tyler York, Sector Atlanta champion, had just done one last week on resourcing, which is one of the most valuable skills that you can get better at in SWU. And yeah, we just have a lot of different stuff that we do there. The Discord's popping, so don't miss out. And yeah, come check out everything we have to offer, and that way you can refine your play and define your meta. May the force be with you.